Today on the channel, we take a trip to Eternia with Masters of the Universe Origins, Anti-Eternia He-Man, and Clawful.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another Masters of the Universe Origins unboxing and review. And today for the Masters of the Universe Origins, we've got Clawful and we've got Anti-Eternia He-Man. But remember, for all your He-Man needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. So we got some new rounds of Origins figures, and truth be told, these actually came via Target. Seemed to be the first ones to ship these guns out. Of course, came nice and unpunched. I got one Clawful that is nice. As you guys know, I'm part of the Double Up Club in my Origins. I get one for a mint on card set, one to open up. Got a minty Clawful. Got one a little dinged on the corner that I'm going to open up here. Unfortunately, Anti-Eternia He-Man is where the trouble starts. I'd be interested to hear your guys' comments below. I got two Anti-Eternia He-Mans. They both look perfect, except the box cutter from the packaging, when the employee was opening up the box, cut all the way through the package, so I was sliced on both of my He-Man figures, so that's pretty disappointing. The hunt continues for a nice unpunched one. We'll see. Hopefully I can find one of those soon. But meantime, I got one, I guess, as a placeholder. But we're going to do this like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about them. We're going to unbox them. We're going to talk about them. We're going to see where it goes from there. And I'm going to start off with a childhood favorite, Clawful, of course. Clawful is an interesting one, and of course we'll do some comparisons for both of these ones of some of their previous figures later on in this video. But Clawful, as a little kid, one of my absolute favorite Masters of the Universe toys. I loved Clawful. It was interesting that I enjoyed his appearance in toy form more than his TV animated form, and that doesn't always happen throughout the classic Transformers, especially G.I. Joe, He-Man, the old cartoons that I loved as a kid. A lot of time you liked how they looked on the animated series better than the action figure. Ninja Turtles, perfect example a lot of times. But one that bucked that trend was Clawful. I always thought his action figure looked a lot cooler than he looked in the cartoon, and maybe I'm alone in that, maybe I'm not. But Clawful, a favorite of mine from my childhood. Just something crazy about a mutant lobster with a big claw hand. I just always loved that one. And what else I love is the classic inspired packaging here with the Masters of the Universe Origins series. Absolutely love it. Just a love letter to my childhood. I always smile when I see them on the shelf pegs, especially when they first came out. It's just nostalgia really hits for somebody my age, and probably a lot of you guys as well. But we got Clawful, looking only like a Clawful could look if he was in the Origins line. Anything else? Make his dreaded claw grab and hold. Modern posing for retro play. Clawful, warrior with the grip of evil. New for 2022, of course, right there. Very cool. On the back, we've got, of course, warnings, UPCs down low. Beautiful artwork up top there. There's old Tila defending against Clawful. And a little Easter egg in the background if you catch it. Maybe we'll have another character real soon. Oh, if we can keep our fingers crossed, I guess. Then you got the old cross-sell, just a patent of old school toy lines, and they got that going on here. Then it explains his little claw action as well. But Clawful looking pretty good here. It says, Clawful's crushing brutality and cunning intellect makes him one of He-Man's more vicious enemies. So there you go. An evil warrior indeed. Twist him into powerful positions. Work the lever, make claw grab. So beautiful, beautiful. Let's get him out of the package like we always do here. And you always got to be careful unboxing these. We've done it on the channel. See you later. Rookie move right there. We've seen it on the channel in the past where I've accidentally ripped the comic book. You don't want to do that. Yeah, take it from me. You don't want to rip that comic book. So got to be a little gentle, and that's what I'm doing right there. Gonna get it out. There he goes. See you later. Off to the side. Get the little instructions here. Don't need that. Spider-Man style. See you later. Then we get the comic book, and we get the Rulers of the Sun. The Sun Man rises. And I got nothing against Sun Man. He is in this wave, of course, and we'll do a future unboxing whenever I get him of Sun Man and the Horde Trooper. We'll unbox those guys together. I've got nothing against Sunman, but I don't remember Sunman from my childhood. It's quite the story. Definitely look that story up. It's an interesting one. But Sunman doesn't do anything for me. I have no nostalgia. I have no known existence with him. And I feel a little weird with him being shoehorned into the He-Man line. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I have nothing against it. I'm okay if they had like a sub-line of Sunman with all of his enemies and stuff that fit in the universe. I'd like that, but I'd like Origins to keep Origins. But times are changing. Things are changing. I'm anxious for the figures. I'm especially anxious for some of Sunman's villains. They look kind of cool there, but we'll definitely be all over those on the channel when they do come. But you got the beautiful comic book going on in here, showing everybody from the wave, of course, which is always fun. But I always enjoy these comic books. It really is, once again, a trip down memory lane for those. We got a comic of Sunman. He rises, so there you go. Then we get the old plastic prison for Clawful. There he is, looking like a jacked up lobster. I'm all here for it. I'm here for it on my Fig Fed. I'm here for it if I got to eat them. I just love a lot of lobster. You guys know. A good lobster bisque. Everybody loves a good lobster bisque. Unless you don't, of course, as we always say. You love it unless you don't. Let's see, did I get him out of here? No plastic rubber bands on this one. Instead, we got the old school clip tie things in here. So that's a change from the Origins, as usually we have rubber bands. Not this time, not this time. See you later up high, there it goes. Weapon, now this is a familiar sight, this weapon. A classic weapon, I believe this weapon came in like a bone color with Grayskull back in the day. Of course, Clawful. We got it a few other times. Did Beastman? No, Beastman didn't have this. Somebody else had this one, but we've seen this many a times. It's an interesting weapon. I guess he's going to club somebody over the head with it, but it's a nice lime green color, good plastic, good sturdy plastic on this one. But Clawful, he's got to have his weapons, but he really doesn't need one. He's got a big old claw. He can pound people with the claw. He can pinch people with the claw. There's a lot he can do, but man, this Clawful hits me right where I want to be hit. This is possibly one of, if not my favorite Masters Universe villain in the Origins line so far. Just love the look. I love the lobster head. He's got the little lobster hand over here, which we saw with Buzz Off. You get a lot of reuse with these guys, as we do know. But I love this big claw. He's got the lever right here. Pinch, 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 pinch. He can pinch away at you if you're not careful. Just really, really cool. And it's a great nostalgia piece for me, just because I had such a good time with this figure as a little kid. Of course, I guess you could pull his arm off if you needed to, but I'm not going to. But very, very cool. He's got his chest piece that clips in. You can take that off, but it's very lobster-like. He's got the spine there, the cool black there against the red. And then the blue and the red really does pop. And then, of course, he's got a patented loincloth going on. That's Masters of the Universe staple. Everybody was wearing loincloths back in the day. But I always loved the big pincher hand and then the smaller pincher hand. I always wondered to myself, why not two big ones? Why not two small ones? It was always an interesting dynamic. But very, very cool. I just love it. I love the white eyes, the head movement on this guy. You get the big old teeth on him. Just a really cool monster. Just a favorite of mine going way back, and definitely a favorite of mine now. Just love seeing this in figure form in 2022. It's just very cool. It was always challenging having him hold something as a kid as well. He can hold it, but not the best grip with his little claw hand. But see, it just kind of swings and falls out there. It does have the hook on it, so you could move it in there to get it staying a little bit better, but it's interesting. It's interesting. But for me, playing with him, it was all about this claw hand. That's what I was about, and that's what I'll continue to be about. But very, very good. All the articulation we're used to. We've walked through the articulation a million times. It's just a love letter to the past with a little bit more articulation is exactly what it is. But there's Clawful there. Now let's go to the Masters Universe Classic Series. They gave us a Clawful as well, very similar in stature, or not stature, but in looks to this one. This is the classic Clawful. When I think of Clawful, this is just really cool. A little bit more bells and whistles on this, obviously a different price point, but really cool to have these different versions here. And then, of course, you go back to the Filmation version that we got from Super 7. Now, this is more screen accurate, more cartoon accurate, and I don't like it as much as this. It's very weird to me. Usually I like the cartoon accuracy, but I like the figure accuracy more, because maybe I spent a lot of time with the cartoons. I watched it every single day, but I spent even more hours with the figures. So maybe that's why I'm a little bit more biased to the figure looks than the animation looks. I don't know. I'm just a head case when it comes to this one. But very cool to get 3 representations of Clawful. All different, all unique in their own way, which I think is really cool. So there it is. Clawful. Now let's clean this up. Let's take a look at a sleeper one. Anti-Eternia He-Man. All right, next up, we've got Anti-Eternia He-Man. A little bit of a deep cut. Actually, not a little bit, a very much a deep cut. Kind of straying away as we're seeing, you know, they've got a lot of the heavy hitters, the Stratoses, the Clawfuls, the He-Man, the Teela's, Man-at-Arms, so on, so on. We're getting into the deep cut territory, and I do believe we're going to see some more Snake Men. We're going to see the Snake Men coming for sure later on in 2022, 2023, but we're getting a few other deep cuts. We mentioned Sunman. Now we're getting this Anti-Eternia He-Man. Obviously, he was never in the cartoon, all that kind of stuff, but definitely a cool idea. A little bit on the Faker variety, of course, as we got Faker in blue, Anti-Eternia He-Man all in black. And I know there was some controversy a while back about this being blackface He-Man, and you know, everybody's looking for a controversy, it seems, sometimes. I don't think there's anything racist involved with this Anti-Eternia He-Man. He's the evil He-Man. Of course, evil, black, darkness, heavy metal. That's what he's got going on right here. But very, very cool, and I am very happy they used the classic He-Man head for this, as it just looks so much cooler with the classic head, as always. But let's look at the packaging. Very similar to Clawful, the exact same thing, just a little bit different words. Retro Play, of course, got to have that Retro Play going on. New for 2022, Master Universe Origins, Anti-Eternia He-Man. What do it say here? The most evil man in the universe. You got to be evil sometimes. Very, very cool. I love the fire red eyes, the red hair, the black attack going on. Just very, very cool. Very cool He-Man. I would have loved to have this when I was a little kid. As you can see, the nice box cutter line through the middle there, driving me absolutely insane. Beautiful artwork up there at the top. Got the cross cell as well. Warnings, UPCs, action features, all that kind of stuff. It's basically a repainted He-Man is all this is. Let's read the back, see what it says here. With the power of Hellskull, the fearsome He-Man overthrew Anti-Eternia using his unmatched strength. Very cool. Twist into powerful positions as well. I believe he has the full power sword. Man, he better. Or else I'm writing a complaint if he doesn't. We got that going on. See you later. Goodbye. Once again, you get the exact same comic book. We looked at that. Very cool. Hopefully he's in. Yep, he is in here. An evil He-Man. Just the soldier I needed by my side. Care to joining the winning side? Says Skeletor. I have a better idea. I'm going to crush you under my boot and take this whole mountain for myself. So he's got a little hot feud going on with Skeletor. Anti-Eternia He-Man, he hates everybody equally. That's the kind of guy he is. See you later. That's the instructions, how to put them together, all that fun stuff. Once again, no plastic. We got the traditional locked-in tights here, but you used to have rubber bands on Origin. So some changes we're seeing with this new He-Man set here. I don't know which one I prefer. I guess I preferred the plastic rubber bands. They were a lot easier to cut out, but is what it is. We'll take what we get. Did I do a plastic prison shot? Put that in. Pretend I didn't cut that. Plastic prison. There he is. Looking only like he could look. Pull that out. Pull the sword. There it goes. Twist ties. See you later. Get out of here. Get out of here. Dropping some on the floor. That's the way it goes. All right, we're getting down to it with the Anti-Eternia He-Man, and much like He-Man, it is just a classic repaint. So you do get his shield in the black and orangish red colors. Very cool, very dark. Then you get the power sword, and it is the full power sword, which I'm really happy about. I just never liked the half business. Give us the full thing. We get the black power sword. Then we get the black battle axe as well. Very cool, very dark, very menacing. I'm here for it all day. Then we get the Anti-Eternia He-Man. And like I keep saying, it's just He-Man, black and orange. But once again, we get a little of that bobblehead action. That is a little disappointing. I don't know what's going on there. We saw that with the latest Flying Fist He-Man. The head just did not sit right. And we got a lot of that going on again. It's just a very weird, wobbly head to this guy. Ugh, I don't like that. I mean, I guess it just kind of kilts itself off to the side. Gosh, I don't like. What are we doing, Mattel? What are we doing? We got bobblehead madness. So I think I might have to put a little sticky tack underneath the head to get it to kind of stay. But it does want to lean to the left a little bit. I'll be interested to hear if any of you guys are having the same issue with yours. Maybe I just got a bum one, but that head is pretty loose on here. Something about that new He-Man head that isn't fitting on the joints in the neck correctly. So hopefully they get that fixed. Like I said, we had that Flying Fist He-Man we unboxed on the channel a month ago, 6 weeks ago, something like that. Bobblehead Mania. Not as bad here, but still not where we'd like it to be. So that is disappointing. He does have the open head. He does have the gripping hand here. You definitely need that gripping hand. He can hold that power sword. Just take out all of Eternia if he needs to. But I love this. I love heavy metal. I love darkness stuff like this. Black as night, orange, color contrast, very cool on this one. Just a very, very cool, solid figure. Not for everybody. A lot of people will see this on the store shelves and not even have a clue what this is. I totally understand that because, yeah, not everybody's ever heard of this guy. But it's a guy you want to hear of because I think he looks extremely cool. Bobblehead aside, very, very solid here. I love, gosh, if I can get the shield in his hand. There we go. Gosh, fought me for a little bit, but it is He-Man Part 2, and let's grab He-Man. We got the classic He-Man right here. I mean, it's the exact same thing, just painted a totally different color. So cool. Nothing better. You get Faker in here, and oh man, all bets are off. You put Faker, you got the blue and black, and then the regular attack. Just a wild time, of course, is what you would have right here. And then as far as other Anti-Eternia He-Mans, we got the Masters Universe Classics version. I believe this was the first ever version. This one always makes me a little scared because he's got quite a wide stance on him. I don't know if it's just the plastics or whatever. I would just be heartbroken if his legs broke on me, but still very cool. This one really stands out on a shelf. A heck of a conversation piece. People see that and say, who's this one? I know that's not Faker. What's this one? Well, it's the Anti-Eternia He-Man. Let me tell you a story. But very, very cool. Very solid. I like this one. This could be my favorite of the set if Clawful wasn't in here. As I got to think, Clawful will be my favorite. The Horde Trooper should be pretty cool. Sunman, I just don't have nostalgia for Sunman. Not against it, but it's just not what I want. And Clawful, of course, I absolutely love. Anti-Eternia He-Man doesn't go way back, but for what I like and what I like in life, I guess, it just really does fit a cool spot for me. So very solid figures here. A little quality issue, though, unfortunately, on the He-Man head. Hopefully that's not for everybody. Hopefully I'm just the guinea pig and I got the bad one. But you guys in the comments, let me know how yours turned out for sure. So there it is, Clawful, He-Man. Any thoughts from you guys about these two? Are you picking them up? You passing on them? Let me know your thoughts. Did you enjoy Clawful as a kid as much as I did? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the old notification bell. You know, sharing is caring on these videos as well. And then Patreon. Find this video and a lot of other videos weeks, days, months early sometimes, and plus exclusive content, everything else. And it is also the best way to support the channel. You can also reach out to me and follow along. Make sure you subscribe on Twitter at SirPaul64, Instagram _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for Anti-Eternia He-Man and Clawful, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.